So after you've set your sheet size and your object size, next we are going to look at construction technique. The two construction techniques that we will consider for our purposes are the interlock slices and radial slices. The interlock slices look something like this, where you have your horizontal is divided and your vertical is divided into slices. If I look at this from the right side, let's see if I can turn off perspective view. I just get basically horizontal and vertical lines that divide my piece. Now, if I do radial slices, it changes into this. And now if I look at just the right side, I've got still horizontal pieces, but my vertical pieces are now coming from the center and moving out rather than going up and down across the width of my model. I would choose radial slices if your building has radial symmetry or is kind of circular or round in shape. I would choose interlock slices if your building is asymmetrical or has some more square sides, but really it's up to you. The reason I like radial slices for a round building is because this is how the building is probably going to be constructed, right? You wouldn't build a round building like this because you kind of lose out on this curve that goes along the edge of your shape. So you could think about what way best shows your building and the closest to the way you think it would be constructed. What I like about this is you can kind of see how, like the radial pieces that go from top to bottom, they kind of divide each floor into sections. And so I kind of like that. Now, in any case, whether you choose interlocked or radial slices, you need to come down here to slice distribution and begin to, what does this do? I don't know what that does. Anyway, you can change it to just play around with this, but probably staying on by count is the easiest. And you'll just have to change the numbers to see how it changes. Now, if I do 20, I now see that instead of 10 horizontal slices, I have 20. For your building, if it's super duper tall and you know it's going to be, let's say, 50 floors, probably you probably can't make 50 floors of your building, and you probably don't want to either. It just gets to be really like so much construction work and or assembly work. I think it's okay to approximate, say I do 25 slices, and now every horizontal slice represents 2 floors. And then radial, let's say I want to be able to kind of open it up and see a little bit more. Maybe I'll do 6 instead of 10. And that gives me a nice kind of way to see more inside each floor. Notch factor and notch angle, you really don't have to worry about. Relief type, you can leave as square. Once you are happy, whether that's with radial or interlocked, you're going to come down here to get plans. All of these things you can leave alone. Assembly steps is kind of fun if you want to just see how the program recommends building your model, and you can just kind of click through So it's recommending first you put all of the circle pieces in, and then you put on the rest of the side pieces. But really the thing that we're interested in is get plans. It's going to automatically put each of the slices, each of the 2D files, into a sheet that is the size that you designated up here in manufacturing settings. So these are going to match the size of our laser cut wood, so you know that they're going to fit. And last thing I need to do is change my file type to DXF. I think EPS is the default. We want DXF, and then just click export to my computer. And then you're done. Maybe name it something like Bamboo Tower 2D files. And now if I open my downloads, it's a zip folder. I can open it like that and see my DXFs. What I want to upload to Canvas is probably this zip folder, since it's going to be nice and small. All right, that's it.